Oh, this is too many pillows. I had them all propped up for my spinning, but now it's too many pillows.
Oh,
it's too many pillows.
It's like kind of cozy over
here.
It
is cozy, but like,
yeah,
it was like really, really cozy.
Really cozy. I was like,
really cozy.
Is this smaller than it used to be?
No, I just had all the spinning
pillows. Maybe like. Okay, yeah, there's the side. All right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
It's a little better.
Could sit over here.
Right.
Hey,
Hi.
Internet. What's up? It's us.
It's
We're
us.
here.
We're here. We're back.
We're Nick Camera Action, and I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Rebecca.
And here we are.
Yes.
You know, doing stuff. What are we doing today?
Trying to figure out which side of the hat our yarn needs to be on, first of all.
Oh,
Turns out this side.
Well, it's really stinking pretty.
Thank you.
Like, it's just like...
So,
yeah.
Shockingly, the pattern is, I don't know. It's from the Time for Hats by Malabrigo, and because it's Malabrigo, everything is like ridiculously awkward to say, except kind of not really, but just enough to throw you off. And it is Carmela.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Carmela.
Not really that.
It's not really that difficult. But
yeah. So Carmela.
Yeah. Carmela.
Malabrigo. Okay. Very nice.
From Time for Hats, book 15, and that's what is happening here.
Is that the 15th book of hats?
I don't think it's the 15th book of hats. I think it's just the 15th book.
Okay. Just wondering. I am working on a hexagon sweater for work, Sandy, who's like the nicest lady, and wanted a sweater like mine. And I was like, you know what, Sandy? You're like the nicest lady.
Yes, I can do that. I can help with this.
I will do that.
This is something I can do.
She keeps trying to pay me, and I'm just like, nope.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, she is the nicest lady.
She is the nicest lady.
Acknowledge all the things you're doing
but
for
she's
her.
A crafter. Like, she gets it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
It's like,
let me at least finish it, and then we'll argue.
Then we'll discuss. Mm-hmm.
We'll argue about how you want to pay me, and I'm probably not going to take your money. So,
sure.
Yeah.
And then the door is going to shut.
The dramatic door slamming
does
add a little
I'm going to
something.
blame the cats, I guess.
Yeah.
Either that or the child.
Perhaps the wind. No.
Maybe.
It's been chilly here this week and raining, and
so much
it's
raining.
actually nice today. It's like it's not cold and it's not raining. In fact,
it's not actively raining.
I'm pretty sure I actually see some sunshine happening.
So
it wasn't
crazy.
sunny when I drove over here, but it was
No.
sunny enough that I was like, man, I put my sunglasses in the back seat.
Yeah, I was driving my kid to a lesson this morning, and I was like, we were leaving, I was like, why do I not have my sunglasses with me? And it was like, oh yeah, because it's been cloudy for a week and a half, because it's been raining for a week and a half.
May showers.
So I didn't have my sunglasses.
April showers.
It is supposed to be April showers.
Here we are.
But no, but today is nice. So
yeah, today's
we're
nice.
hanging out.
So
you know what it makes me want to do?
What does it make you want to do?
It makes me want to go outside.
I know.
Right?
I went outside to get here. It was very exciting.
To get here.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, briefly I was out of doors.
So there was this one guy, this one time, and he was like, you know what people should do? People should go outside more.
Wow.
I know, it's amazing, right?
Revolutionary.
But his solution for that was to write a poem that was a treasure map. And then he put it in a book. And then that turned into a whole thing. So, yeah.
Tell me more about this mysterious undertaking.
So there was this guy, and his name was Forrest Fenn, and he was originally like an art dealer, I think, in New Mexico. And he retired, and I think was, at one point diagnosed with something, and was like, you know what, it's time to write my memoir, but you know what, nobody cares. So I'm going to put a treasure map in my memoir, and then people will read my memoir. And so that's what he did. And then it turned into apparently like this huge thing where lots of people were, analyzing everything about this poem. He ended up going on like a bunch of TV shows to give out additional clues, like Good Morning America.
Wow.
And stuff like that.
Or the Today Show.
Or the Today Show. Yeah. He would email his very special friends, and by very special friends, I just mean he made friends with some of the people and then would like email them specific clues, which I personally think is like
cheating.
a bit much, but hey, whatever, it's his treasure.
But like, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I guess if anybody could email
if
him.
anyone can do it, it's him. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if you're gonna give out clues, give them out to everybody.
Right.
You know?
Put them on the interwebs.
Right. So I found out about all this. Apparently Stephanie had heard of this before because Stephanie knows all of the things. But I had heard about this because I saw a docuseries on Netflix called, I want to say, Golden Greed. And then I watched it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, we should do the thing. And she's like,
should we go treasure hunting?
What?
Because like I'm down for that, but mostly in theory.
Right?
I'm in theoretical treasure hunting.
Theoretical
Is
treasure
that-
hunting.
yeah, like-
yes.
If I can do it from my couch,
Yeah.
I'm interested.
That's awesome.
I'm more of a puzzle hunt.
Puzzling, you know, and then and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it is for me too. I'd rather figure out the puzzle than actually have to like go hike up a mountain and dig a
Right.
hole.
Definitely.
I don't want to
not
do
with
that.
The hiking and the whole digging.
No, that's not so much.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what we could do?
What could we do?
We could come up with our own code,
Mm.
and it could be like a knitting pattern.
Oh.
So that's going to be a thing that we're going to do, and it's going to turn into a hat, which I very, very conveniently left in the other room, but I will put a picture of. Or maybe Stephanie
maybe
can vamp
not,
for a minute, and I'll go get
because-
it.
Well, here's
Or
the
not,
thing.
yeah.
Like we debated whether or not to even
We did.
show you.
We
this
did.
hat, because I mean,
It's a
where's-
it's a secret. It's
where's
a
the
treasure
mystery?
hunt, right?
So now fate has made the decision.
Fate has
for
made the
us.
decision for us, or my cats have made the decision for us. You know, either
Something
way.
like that.
But yeah, so I think that's going to be a thing we're going to be working on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the next few videos, keep an eye on things, and there will be some interesting clues around. And then at the end, the way we figure it, it's going to be like what? It's like a three video series, because there's going to be, it's a hat, right? So there's going to be the brim, the body, and the crown. And then at the end of that third video, there will be a full actual written pattern of the whole hat all together.
The whole journey.
The whole journey, and you can see all of it together.
Mhm.
But that is coming, so that's a thing to like watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're
Maybe-
here,
Maybe once it's published, you can
Yeah.
watch all 3 movies in a row while
Yes.
you're knitting each of the parts of the hat.
I'm trying to decide time-wise if that would work out.
I mean,
It would be close.
Maybe.
It would be close, because it's going to be a worsted weight hat
Mm-hmm.
on whatever size needles you feel are appropriate for worsted weight. When I was doing the samples, they did it on size 8s, and it ended up being a little bit large for me. But I have a tiny head, much like my tiny feet that we've talked about in previous videos. So, you know, if you have a bigger head, like I would say I'm probably on like a pretty solid adult small for my head size for hats. So if you have like a larger head or more hair or anything, we'll probably be fine. Or you can use smaller needles.
Also an option.
Also an option. I use size 8s.
Mhm.
So yeah, all of those things are options. But yeah, we're going to have clues in the next few videos,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe things will happen. But was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about this Forest Fen documentary that we watched? Because I made Stephanie watch most of it. I don't think she got to the end.
I didn't get to the end, so
I think we
guess
had about a half an episode left or so.
finishing the end would be a good goal for me.
Sure.
I thought that it was interesting to see like how engaged some folks got in it,
Yes.
and the fact that like someone did perish.
Several people.
Yes. Well, I didn't finish, so spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there were people who moved, you know, effectively like quit their job and spent their whole time just tracking down this treasure because they were sure that it was going to be millions and millions of dollars. There were people that would just, you know, like, hey, I have a thought, and honey, let's pack up the kids and go drive over there. And they just kind of did it,
Like
as a
in the
family
van.
for an excuse for a hike, which I think was the original intention. Of like, hey, let's go outside and like we have thoughts on a place to go and this is going to be interesting. And then there were some people who did it in their retirement, just again kind of for a thing to do once they were retired. But yeah, it was definitely, I mean, it's, as we sit here with all of our yarn and, how much time do people spend on their hobbies?
Right.
There's apparently like a whole treasure hunting community, which was news to me. And this is what they were doing. And spoilers, but it was found. So it's not available anymore, except then it was rehidden. So it is still out there.
Is it in the original location?
No. Okay. I don't think so.
So it's in a new
maybe.
Location.
I don't know.
Oh.
That actually was not clarified.
Oh.
But yeah, there's things happening and I don't want to spoil everything, but it was found and then rehidden.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
I mean, so this guy was an art dealer?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he the kind of guy that would have millions of dollars of treasure?
Well, he didn't have dollars, he had things.
So would he have millions of dollars worth of things?
Yes.
Or, okay.
They were millions of dollars worth of things because they were like...
Because nobody's going to look at me and
be like... Ancient jewelry.
Man, she's got millions of dollars worth of treasures.
Right.
Her buried treasure.
Yeah,
like,
no. I mean, between both of us, we could probably get a good few digits worth of yarn.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a good, if we wanted to go retail on our yarn stashes, that would be probably pretty expensive, but not millions.
No.
No. But no, yeah, I mean, he had like a cat scratching at a door. But he had,
maybe.
Like gold jewelry and gems and like actual gold coins and those like kinds of things.
Art dealer things.
Art dealer things, yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't cash. It wasn't, bearer bonds. It wasn't like $2 million. But it was things that would value that at auction type of a thing.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah.
So somewhere out there is a treasure of some sort.
There's a treasure of some sort.
And we are not actually looking for it.
We're not. We're going to do it sitting on our couch
here
and being interested in the puzzle because that is the kind of people we are because we do yarn things and puzzles. So ours is going to be a puzzle. But, it was amusing to figure it out and hopefully it'll be amusing for you to put together and try and figure out what are the things that are important from the things we say. If there's anything, it's like, what if that could translate into a knitting pattern? That's interesting. It's also interesting for us to like try and figure out how to turn a knitting pattern into normal talking so that way it could be a clue instead of being like knit 7 purl 12,
right?
Because like as much as we might have a normal conversation like that between the two of us, it makes a weird YouTube video.
Well, depending on the
audience, but it's still definitely like, oh yeah, this is obviously a pattern. It's pretty much showing your hand. Sorry, I've split my yarn. It wouldn't be that big a deal, except it's like a single. Thank you. It's I want to say it's Queensland cassowary yarn in the color mandarin. I think all of those words go together. It's definitely Queensland something. I want to say the actual yarn type is, now I have make and model in my head. It's not a car, it's yarn.
Make and model.
Yeah, I want to say it's Queensland cassowary, but then the color is mandarin.
Okay.
Like, the orange.
I believe cassowary is a yarn.
Yeah.
So we're on a good track there.
But it is I believe it's 100% wool, but it's a single. So it was not going to end up being a sock. I have made socks out of singles before. My advice is to not do that. I think I did do the heel out of applied yarn. So it had a contrast heel.
Okay.
But yeah.
What is your cat doing?
I don't know. He's
banging on a door.
Banging on a door. He either wants in or out of a door.
Cat
Did you
business.
get stuck? Oh, both of you got stuck. It was the wind.
The wind of the cats?
The wind, yeah.
Aw.
Stuck in the bedroom.
Come here.
That's not gonna happen.
Come show us your big old fluffy tail.
Maybe one of them will.
Nope.
I could pick him up.
That's okay.
He won't look like anything though, because he's just black.
He's a void.
There's very low contrast.
Well, anyway,
So
there you go.
there you go. So keep watching. There will
Mhm.
be
Stuff.
happening. We'll still do our regular things. There will just
Mhm.
also be clues. So see if you can find them. It'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yep.
And in between, take a break, stretch your hands, go outside.
It's
'Cause that
nice
was the
out
whole
there.
point. Yeah.
And if it's not nice out there where you are, wait like 5 minutes and then give it another try.
Right.
Patience is key.
It's gonna be summer soon, so should be nice one of these days.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
Unless
Should
you're
be
in the
nice.
southern hemisphere, in which case
In which case
will
it'd be
cold.
winter.
Or winter, yes, winter. May or may not be cold.
But then it won't be so hot.
Right, it won't be so hot.
It won't be so hot, so it'll be
here,
nice because it's
It'll
not
be
so hot.
here. It'll be
Yeah.
hot here and cold where you are if you're in the southern hemisphere, which I don't know. Do we have any Aussie viewers or?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, well, you never know, and we want you to know that we did think of you.
We did. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so off to watch a show.
Well, we're gonna
Right?
watch a show and
We're gonna
then
watch a show.
we're gonna go watch a show and then we will
Check in with you
check in
later.
soon.
Yep.
In a
Right.
different video, but yeah.
Yes, we'll check in with you later.